What is up, everyone? Mookie here. I would be lying to you guys if I said I was excited about today's video, but either way, we're gonna get it done and we're gonna do it together. As you guys can probably already tell from the title, we are going to be calculating my calories and my macros, and we are also going to be teaching you guys how to be doing that. So I did not realize how difficult this video was going to be. Long story short, I thought I was going to be able to knock it out, but I did have to do some research on how to get this done and kind of learn a little bit more about what macros are. For the people that watched Pitbull's last video, I told you guys it's getting a little more difficult to lose weight at that same rate that I was, 5 to 6 pounds, which honestly isn't realistic. I was so obese, 450 pounds, that a lot of that weight just had to come off. So in the beginning, it was much easier. I could just cut out a lot of the bad foods, the fast food. That's why a lot of people ask me about the biggest tips, and I say, man, just cut out the basic stuff. That's really what I did. I didn't go on some crazy diet, and the biggest thing is consistency. So as I said, I wanted to learn about my macros and see what they are. I didn't even know what they were. And I did some research, so we're about to go back into my house, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna do this together, guys. So follow me and let's get this done. So I got my little cheat sheet down here. I wrote down some information that I got online. Honestly, there's so much I could get into the science, the technical stuff behind it, but like I had said, that I'm not using this, my macros that I'm calculating, I'm not using it as something I'm going to do to the exact T. It's a roundabout number so I could see how much protein, fat, and carbs that I should be consuming for weight loss per day, and around what calories I should be consuming. If I'm not hitting that number exactly, then I'm fine. And typically I'm actually usually under my calorie count, so it's really helpful to know exactly where I'm at. But let's get going, man, and let's keep it simple. So the 3 macronutrients required by humans, it's just the nutrients that we need to survive. It's carbohydrates, lipids, which are fats, and proteins. So each of these macronutrients are different calories per gram, and that information is going to be more, you'll understand it more when we're actually running these calculations, because I kind of didn't know what it meant but quick overview: carbs are 4 calories per gram, protein is 4 calories per gram, and fats are 9 calories per gram. So a quick example for a food label with 10 carbs, 0 grams, and 0 grams of fat, that would be 40 net calories. So the suggested macros by the Federal Dietary is 45 to 60% of your daily food consumption should be carbohydrates. And that's because carbohydrates are easy for your body to digest, and it's like a main fuel for your body. 20 to 35% is going to be fats, and the remaining will be protein. Now, this ratio is completely dependent on your fitness goals, right? So if I'm like a power lifter and I'm looking to get into the gym, and I might want to have a higher carbohydrate diet with more protein for recovery, to help the protein to recovery, and carbohydrates to fuel my workout. But then if you're someone trying to lose weight like me, my ratio is going to be a lower carbohydrate, and I'm going to have a higher protein, and I'm going to still be about 25% of my diet will be fats. So this information, your ratio is completely, like I said, dependent on your fitness goals. So what you want to accomplish. So now that we know what macros are, it's pretty much protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and how many calories each of those macronutrients has, we're gonna go over the steps to calculate your macros. So before you can even calculate your macros, step number 1 is you have to figure out your daily calorie consumption or your daily maintenance calories. So how many calories do you have to eat? And this is specific to you. So it's gonna be mine's gonna be different because I'm I'm doing everything based off of my last week's weigh-in of 294 pounds. So the amount of calories that I'm gonna eat based off of my exercise will be different than someone who else is 295 pounds, 1 pound more, that may not exercise at all. Their calories intake is gonna be different. So the easiest way to do this is calculator.net. You're just gonna fill in some of your information, your age, your gender, your height, your weight, and your activity level. I hope that the camera picks that up. But that is calculator.net. I will drop it right here so you guys can see the link. Go there, fill out the information, and I figured out for me, because I'm exercising every single day, intensely, 4 to 5 times a week. So for me, my maintenance calories, I need to eat 3,743. That's if I don't want to lose 1 pound. Now I want to talk about a quick hypothetical. So someone that wants to gain weight, for instance, and you have this 3743, I'm going to do all my macros are going to be calculated off calorie surplus. But since I'm someone that's trying to lose weight, I'm going to do my macros based off a calorie deficit. So they tell you your maintenance, your mild, your weight loss, and your extreme weight loss. So for extreme weight loss, I need to be eating 2,743 calories. To be honest, that is more calories than I have already been eating, and that's for extreme weight loss. So I'm realizing, man, I'm already super under what my calories for the day are. So when I did my calculations, I based it off of 2,900 calories. So that's 2,900 calories that I'm going to eat every single day. That's my goal. In that, if I'm fully tracking my macros, okay? Step 2, you have to determine your ratio, and this is based off your goals. When I talk about ratio, it's like the amount of carbs, fats, and proteins you're gonna eat per day. So it's out of 100%. So if you're gonna eat 50% carbohydrates, 25% fats, 25% proteins, the recommended, like I had said earlier, was 45 to 60% carbs, 20 to 35% protein, and the remaining fat. For me, and this ratio is based off of exactly, like I keep saying, your fitness goal. So I want to have a lower carbohydrate diet. I have a lot of stored fat that I could use for energy. So that's why I'm keeping my carbohydrates lower. So I'm at 35% for my carbohydrates, 25% fat, and 40% protein. That is my ratio on how I'm going to calculate my macros. And my total calories that I'm going to eat per day is 2,900. Don't get lost with me, guys, all right? This is I know I should be probably doing this on a whiteboard and stuff, but follow along, watch it slowly, and you guys will be able to do this. So let me review. Step 1, calculator.net. Figure out your maintenance calories. If you're trying to gain weight, then you want to add to your maintenance calories. And if you're going to lose weight, you're going to take away. Second, determine your ratio. This is based off of your goals. If you're someone that wants to lose a little more weight, I would recommend a lower carbohydrate diet. That's why mine's at 35%. I have a lot of stored fat that gives me a lot of energy, and I don't feel like in my workouts I have low energy. If I do, then I can adjust my carbohydrates and maybe go up to 40%. But for now, I know I'm killing it in the gym with my current energy levels, so I don't need to add carbohydrates. So number 3 is, this is the third step. All right, so now we got our total calories for the day, and we got our ratio of how much carbohydrates, protein, and fat we're gonna eat. And now we're gonna do some math, guys. So I got my paper right here. So I already have these numbers written out, but I'm gonna write it out for you. So we got 2,900. That's carb, protein, fat. Hey man, excuse my poor handwriting if you guys can't read this. So right here, I wrote it out. 2,900 carbs, fat, protein. That's the total amount of calories I need to be eating per day. And now we're going to do some multiplication. So I'm going to multiply my carbs by 0.35. That's my ratio. It's 35% of my total food I want to be eating in the day is carbohydrates. So that's 35%. Protein, I'm at 40%. And fat, I'm going to be at 20%. So I ran those numbers already. That leaves me at 1,015 calories each day worth of carbohydrates. 1,160 calories per day are going to be my protein. And then 725 calories per day are going to be my fat. So I hope you guys can see my shitty handwriting right there. We got that. So once you guys get that calculated, so now I know in a day I should eat 1,015 of my calories should be from carbohydrates, 1,160 should be from a protein, 725 should be from my fats. I know this is a boring video, guys. Please bear with me. I'm trying to get through it. I hope this information, please tell me if this helps. If I put you to sleep, I'm sorry, but we're going to go through this, man. I was like, how can I make this entertaining, man? Should I do some dance moves? Like, what can I do? But a lot of it's just banging out numbers, guys. So now, like I had said earlier, we are going back to when I was talking about how each of the macronutrients, calories per gram are different. So like I said, carbs and proteins are going to be 4 calories per gram, whereas a fat is 9 calories per gram. Okay? So this is now how it's going to be used in our calculations. So we'll start off with carb, protein, fat. So I'm 1,015 of my calories per day are going to be carbs. 1,160 per day are going to be protein. 725 per day are going to be fat. So since there's 4 calories per carb, you're going to divide your carbs by 4. You're going to divide your protein by 4 since there's 4 calories per protein. And since there's 9 calories per fat, you're going to divide your fat by 9. So once I ran those numbers, I found out how many grams of carbs and proteins and fats I should have per day exactly. This is now, it's an easier way to, now you're not looking at it in calories, you're looking at it as grams. So when you're tracking it from labels, it's easier to see that, okay, this rice has 40 grams. So let me finish getting the numbers and we'll go over that. So it's 253.75 grams of carbs per day. Grams of carbs. We're going to be at 290 grams of protein. And we're going to be at 80.5 grams of fat. So here is my next calculations. You guys are probably cracking up at how bad my handwriting is, but it's all good, man. So per day, I need to eat 253 grams of carbs, 290 grams of protein, and 80 grams of fat. That is based off of me on a 2,900 calorie diet. Now, let's say I was to plateau on that 2,900 calories because now it's been 3 weeks I've been on this, and that 2,900, I'm not losing weight at that anymore. I can take away 100 calories, and that's how I'm gonna break through plateaus, and then take away 100 calories and redo my calculations. That's why I encourage you guys to learn how to do this, so that if, let's say I eventually get to the point where I'm at 200 pounds, my goal weight, but I want to bulk up to 220, how would I do this? And now this is something that a lot of you guys, and I say this all the time, it's just as hard to gain weight. Healthy gains are just as hard as losing weight, if not even more difficult, because there is a lot that you have to look into. You don't want to gain weight and get fat, so you want to do it in a way where you're eating good foods, but eating enough good food to gain weight is hard, man. Like I know for Pitbull too, like he struggles with that. So like I was saying, if I was at 200 pounds and I'm trying to move up to 220 and gain 20 pounds, I would then do a calorie surplus. So whatever I'd find out my maintenance calories were, I would add 200 to 300 calories to that. But since I want to lose weight, I found out what my maintenance calories were, and I took a few hundred calories away from there. Overall, man, you guys don't even need to do these calculations, man. There's a IIFYM is a website where you can just put all this information in. They'll ask you the questions and they'll give you it. You can go to Healthy Eater. That's another macro calculator. These websites are free. They'll give you your macros. I decided that I'm going to learn how to calculate it myself. So whenever, if I get to the point where I'm really trying to like get to the nitty gritty of I want to gain 5 pounds, 10 pounds, and I don't know why my weight isn't losing, why I'm not losing weight, then I'm going to really dial in on my macros. But right now, I'm losing 2 to 3 pounds a week with my diet. I'm not having to track, so I'm going to maintain it. But this information, knowing that I have to have 253 grams, that I should be eating at least 27 to 2,900 calories is important information for me to for the long run. And like the biggest thing, guys, I'm sorry I'm keeping this video so long. The biggest thing is do not lose weight and gain it back, man. That's not what I want to do. I want to educate myself and learn about fitness and my body so that I can lose this weight forever and never gain it back again. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I know that video was boring, but I hope it helped. I hope you guys can calculate your macros and see what works for you. If you want to track them fully, if you want to just know them to get a roundabout of what you should be eating. And I appreciate all the support, guys. I couldn't say it enough. You guys literally like mean the world to me. This January 25th and 26th, right now it's Saturday, so that's exactly 1 week from when I'll be posting this video, is going to be the LA Fit Expo, man. And I'm going to be there, Rare Breed, baby, Rising Labs at the booth. I am so excited, guys. This is my first at Fit Expo I've ever been to. Well, I've been to one before, but I was definitely not there for fitness reasons. But I want to meet all you guys and like hearing your stories. And when I see people in person, it's like amazing when people talk to me. I feel so humble. I just want to talk to everyone. And Pitbull and Kristen always give me shit because I love talking so much, as you guys see. Can't shut up in these damn videos. All right, but that's it, man. We'll wrap it up here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Keep giving me ideas on what you want to see. Please follow my Instagram. Hit me up there. And let's get this weight loss together, baby. 199.